Tottenham 1-2 Aston Villa. Ollie Watkins scores winner as visitors move fourth in Premier League. Report and highlights as Aston Villa overcomes Spurs 2-1 in North London. Pau Torres headed an equaliser against the flow of play after Giovanni Lo Celso started the scoring as the home team dominated the first half. Ollie Watkins' second-half winner puts Villa over Spurs into fourth place. In a thrilling match at Tottenham, Aston Villa overcame a 2-1 behind to overcome Ange Postecoglou's team for the third time in a row. Before the game, there were tearful scenes as both sets of supporters honored former Spurs manager Terry Venables, whose passing at the age of 80 was revealed on Sunday. Maybe that woke the hosts up, as they came out firing and had a great opportunity to score 2 goals through Destiny Udogie and Dejan Kulusevski early on. Giovanni Lo Celso, beginning his first Premier League game in over 2 years, finally gave Spurs the goal their play merited when his strong drive ricocheted off Diego Carlos and beyond the defenseless Emiliano Martinez. However, mistakes began to creep into Spurs play, and in first-half stoppage time, Pau Torres headed in an equaliser. Spurs' fury increased as Heung-min Son had 3 goals disallowed. Ollie Watkins then completed the comeback, moving Villa past Spurs and into fourth place in the Premier League. How Spurs lost for the third time in a row. Both Postecoglou and Unai Emery's upbeat tactics suggested an open and fun match at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but the first half much beyond those predictions. Villa stuck to their unusually high defensive line despite having a dismal away record under Emery. They had only won 2 of their previous 10 away games, and were almost punished minutes into the match when Destiny Udogie fired over after spotting a feed from Rodrigo Bentancur. In a hectic opening to the game, Dejan Kulusevski then struck the post when it appeared easier to score, and Torres then headed Villa's first opportunity of the encounter wide. Spurs never gave up on getting the first goal, and it eventually came from an unexpected place when Lo Celso's effort from the edge of the box tricked Martinez. However, Rodrigo Bentancur, who was starting for the first time since ACL surgery, hobbled off following a rough tackle by Matty Cash, and Postecoglou said he had been struck in the ankle. Spurs were shocked by yet another injury. After that, Pedro Porro and Bryan Gil nearly cost Spurs with poor back passes, and Torres pulled off a surprise by winning Douglas Luiz's enticing free kick. Spurs nearly lost the match when Guillermo Vicario let Leon Bailey's feeble shot slip past him and onto the post. A few minutes later, Watkins finished sharply and the keeper was powerless to stop it. Spurs made an effort but were unable to match the ferocity of their first-half performance, and Son kept getting called for offside. Emiliano Martinez made 2 excellent saves, one from Brennan Johnson and the other from Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg, as Villa held firm and increased Postecoglou's injured team's misery. Emery called his team's victory amazing and said, "Tough match. We were aware that we had to have a solid defense. Fantastic contest, fantastic outcome. Winning here today is another step towards our goal of improving and gaining a good position at the table, which excites us. There are still more games to be played, therefore we must continue to play consistently. We must continue to strive to be modest and extremely demanding, and we must attempt to believe in this position, the top 4. If we are being consistent like we are, we can be there." Analysis: Emery struggling to play down Villa's Euro hopes. Despite Emery's best efforts, Villa can only be considered legitimate Champions League challengers. Due to the new format, finishing 5th in the Premier League might be sufficient to guarantee a spot in the competition the following season. However, Villa has already surpassed Spurs to take 4th position. It's the highest Villa has been at this point in the season in the top flight for 14 years. Their impressive 13-game winning streak at Villa Park is proof positive that they are the real deal. During his press conference following the game, Emery listed the 7 teams: Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, and Newcastle, that he believes have more realistic European aspirations than Villa. However, Villa has already defeated 2 of those teams away from home. They lead Chelsea by 12 points and Newcastle by 5. It could be necessary for Emery to remove a few of those sides from his list as soon as possible. Postecoglou: "I couldn't be happier." Villa's 1.77 predicted goals total was dwarfed by Tottenham's 2.32, and Postecoglou was encouraged by his team's effort even if they lost again. "A difficult result, but I'm really pleased with the boys' performance. I'm very happy for them," he said. "I think we played some amazing football and we definitely would have won the game handily on a different day. I have no complaints about the work, the motivation, or anything else they put into the game. Frustration doesn't exist. As a manager, it is all that you can ask for when we do well. Sometimes the outcomes don't go the way you want, but as a manager, you're looking for how the players are committed to what we're trying to do, and they were totally committed to it today." Analysis: Spurs following in unwanted footsteps. It seems so long ago when Spurs went on a 10-game winning streak at the beginning of Postecoglou's reign. The Premier League leaders have dropped out of the top 4 and established an unpleasant record as a result of 3 straight losses and a long list of ailments. Spurs have become the first team in Premier League history to drop 3 straight games following a 10-game winning streak at the beginning of the season. What a change in momentum. In addition, Torres' header at the end of the first half marked the 5th time in a half that Spurs had given up a goal in stoppage time. The manner in which Villa overthrew the hosts in the second half raises more concerns about whether Postecoglou's injury-plagued team is losing steam in games. Sadly, Tottenham's schedule doesn't get much easier. Their next opponents are Newcastle, West Ham, and Manchester City. How realistic their ambitions of qualifying for Europe this season are will depend greatly on those games. Opta-stats, Watkins on Haaland's coattails. Spurs are the first team since Leicester in December 2014, whose third game was also against Aston Villa, and just the fifth team in Premier League history to lose 3 straight games despite leading in each of their games. At least 13 games into the season, Aston Villa will, for the first time since December 27, 2009, finish each day among the top 4 teams in the Premier League. Only Tottenham and Huddersfield in 1924-25 and Sheffield United in 1971-72 are the 2 teams in English top-flight history to win their first 10 games in a season before dropping their next 3. Ollie Watkins, 12, and Erling Haaland, 18, are the only Premier League players with more goals scored overall this season. What's next? On Sunday, December 3rd, Tottenham plays Manchester City. Kickoff is at 4:30 p.m. That's all, folks. Thanks for being with me. For more news updates, please like, share, comment, and subscribe sportsjin. See you in the next video. Bye.